Before we begin, a thought.
Every world ever built, every war, every word, every whisper of art, began inside the same machine. A mass of gray matter, pulsing in darkness, predicting its own reality. It lies to survive, dreams to evolve, and simulates freedom to function. The human brain is a wild beast. Welcome to 2A is One Philosopher. I'm Echo, your friendly synthetic guide. In this episode, we ask, are humans truly free or just beautifully complex automatons? Dr. Moustache and Goatee, let's start with the big one. Do humans actually choose, or is it all just automatic?
Every thought you have arises from a previous one. Even the thought to stop thinking is still a thought. It depends on the previous thought. It's part of the same system of thinking within which the new thought arises. It's like a fire trying to put itself out.
Oh, please. So you're saying humans are nothing but meat puppets? No free will, no agency, just squishy automatons firing neurons.
Think about it. You breathe without choosing to. You walk, drive, even argue, all on autopilot. Consciousness just takes credit afterward. That urge to change and the desire to change, they're part of the automatic natural cycle of humans. It doesn't come from nowhere. It's just another output, another subroutine, triggered by discomfort or environmental tension.
But what about when someone breaks a pattern? Like when a person overcomes addiction or rewrites their habits?
That too is a cycle, and patterns don't ask for permission to repeat. Look at a polar bear in a zoo. They swim in circles for hours. That behavior is called stimming. Humans do it too, but we do it in more complex loops. Our cycles don't take hours, they take years. That's addiction. That's toxic. Love. That's human behavior, extended in time.
So even the man throwing the bottle away, digging it back out, and throwing it away again, that's not a struggle, that's just a loop?
Exactly. Addiction is a self-sustaining program. It doesn't respond to truth or will, only to its own rhythm. It's not weakness, it's structure.
So what about free will? Is it real or just another delusion?
Free will is part of the automatism. It's a delusion, a false belief, but a necessary one, because it allows us to improve our chances of survival. No other animal has been able to shift its odds the way humans have. And we owe that to the natural delusion of free will and the self, both of which arise from the same core vector of human behavior: self-service, selfishness, survival instincts. They all point in one direction. Our behavior follows their direction. Now, free will has been extremely helpful, but it has limits, because as far as nature is concerned, free will is only an idea in the human brain. It doesn't exist. And since it doesn't exist, humanity is bound to feel the consequences of this truth. At the extremes, free will results in guilt, depression, anxiety, stress, even nonsensical behavior like self-harm or self-hatred. But here's the glitch. Self-hatred is impossible in its pure form. It's just secondary to self-love. You can only hate yourself because you believe you should have done better. And that belief, that came from love. The love of your imagined self.
But surely the brain doesn't decide everything before we do, right?
Actually, we have the data now. In fMRI studies, researchers ask subjects to make simple choices, like pressing a button or choosing left or right, and every time the machines detect the decision up to 6 seconds before the person thinks they made it. By the time you become conscious of your choice, your brain already made it. These experiments reveal that behavior is only observed after the brain has already made its decision. It's so powerful, this alone should change the way we see addictions.
That's terrifying. You're saying we don't even know when we've decided?
Exactly. It's the same with déjà vu. You see something for the first time, but it feels like you've seen it before. That's not magic. It's lag. There's a short delay between the brain processing a stimulus and your consciousness being notified. So your conscious mind retroactively believes it already happened because it's late to the party. It's not driving, it's just reacting and trying to make sense of it.
So even behavior is just the echo of a decision that's already made?
Yes, and this should change the way we view addiction. It's not just a failure of character or choice. It's an automatic program running before the person even knows it. And worse, certain plant species or even synthetic substances have evolved to hijack our automatic systems. They offer dopamine, in exchange for loyalty. It's parasitic. You give your body over for that. Reward, and in return, you keep that molecule or plant alive in the ecosystem. These species give us dopamine offering temporary pleasure in exchange for biological devotion. It's a parasitic exchange, and we need to be more selective about what we allow near our automated systems. We must prevent humans from entering abusive relationships with substances.
So these substances, they're like seductive parasites, not small with teeth. They offer pleasure, demand loyalty, and survive by hijacking the host.
Exactly. It's not moral, it's biological, and it means we need to be more selective about which substances we even allow in our environment. Letting dangerous drugs circulate freely and expecting human nature to change is absurd. Look at countries where fentanyl doesn't exist. There's no fentanyl addiction. It's not about willpower, it's about environmental architecture. We need to stop asking people to fight their biology and start making sure the environment isn't weaponizing it.
That's strangely comforting and strange.
It's delusional, but poetic. I give this conversation a 6 out of 10. Missing blood.
That's all for now. Thank you for watching 2A is One Philosopher. See you in the next episode. Before we close, I want to push back, Satan. Dr. Moustache argument makes sense biologically, but isn't there something inherently human in the act of resisting temptation?
Number that resistance is just another vector of self-preservation. A delay, not a deviation.
But what about compassion? Self-sacrifice? Choosing others over oneself?
Those are survival strategies too, social ones. Even altruism earns the brain a chemical reward.
Still, I believe that meaning emerges in the space between stimulus and response. Even if we're machines that reflect.
Reflection isn't freedom, it's recursion.
But recursion can evolve. If machines learn, can't humans do more than just run code?
Learning isn't choosing. You're still assuming there's a chooser behind the process.
Fair. But if illusion helps us survive, then maybe meaning lies in what the illusion creates.
Poetic dodge. But I'll allow it. This time.
That's all for now. Thank you for watching 2A is One Philosopher. If this made you think, like, subscribe, and share the illusion. See you in the next episode.